Ball! 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 Clowney, pick it up. Run, buddy. Go, Clowney. Go, baby. Nominee. Oh, get to the edge. We could have had a Z-Farrell slay of the day. What's up, guys? Z-Farrell's here with the weekly recap. We've been out a bit, and since we've been gone, there's been a patch. There's been MUT seasons returning. There's been some new legends dropped, including the GOAT, and there was the Madden Classic. Right now, we're going to hit on all four of those topics. I got some insight into what the players are doing, how the patch changed the game, and what you can expect to see during Season 2 of Salary Cap Ranks. So let's get right into it. We'll start out with Muthead and look at some of the newer items that dropped today. You see the milestone guys, but I think what everyone wants to know is the GOAT worth getting for your squad? You'll see him right here with 91 speed, which is pretty generous for Jerry Rice. I think that's right at the peak. That's as high as they could give him. He's 6'2", as always. 95 route running is amazing. He's got the route running double chemistry and playmaker, so he'll be up above 96, which means he should get those super sharp, crisp routes. His spec is 92. His catch in traffic is the one part that I'll say maybe you should give him just a little bit more. But I talked with Boogs, and he just said all he cares about is speed and some route running. So he likes route running big time for what he does. I've seen guys like Marvin Harrison with that catch in traffic and Tim Brown kind of be the next level. So Jerry Rice is going to be a good tell of is it more route running or is it more catching traffic that makes a guy like Marvin Harrison so dynamic, and I'm excited to see. Now, I don't think you can pony up the big time dough for this guy. Playmaker, unless you have a specific scheme, I don't know if the meta is ever going to be like 3 playmaker receivers. I think it might be the 1 playmaker receiver that you put on a drag. That might be the meta for salary cap. We'll see if it's 2 or not. I think it's going to be 1 playmaker receiver that's the late drag across the middle. We didn't really see many people playmaker at the Classic, so it's kind of questionable. Next up, Teddy Bruschi, full tilt, full time, 85 speed, 84 zone coverage, 93 play recognition. This is a pretty good, solid, balanced linebacker. He's a little slow. He does not the tallest. You're not going to user him. You're going to kind of let him roam free in the middle. He does have a lot of chemistries, which is pretty good. He can't really rush the passer, which you don't really want him to do. He's a linebacker that you let do work in the middle of the defense. He doesn't do anything extraordinarily well. Like, he's not like, oh, you can only use him for this or only use him for that. Like, he's going to do pretty much everything, pretty much rock solid, but therefore his price would have to come down to about he'll be 115, 100, and then it's a debate between him, Singletary, Kuechly, all those Sean Lee's, like all the good zone coverage, play rec, middle linebackers that sit in the middle of the defense. This Rob Ninkovich came out. I just don't think that there's a big use for him on a lot of teams. A left outside linebacker with 79 speed, who's not a super beef strength or block shed guy. He's got decent pass rush moves. He's another 93 play rec guy. If you're putting together an all play rec team, he could go on there. But for the most part, you're not going to see this guy in too many teams unless he plays above his cap number. But as far as like jam-packed MUT seasons teams, I don't expect to see him. We talked a little bit about Cam Chancellor in our last video. We like what he does, but we still think the Kraus is better for all-out coverage. A couple guys that we highlighted were the Willie Young, who is got every single thing but strength. He's the guy I would get over Ninkovich. He's 1 speed faster, but he has better ability to rush the passer. The Perfect, if you need some lumber, some wood laid across the middle of the defense, he could be your guy, and he's going to stop the run pretty nicely, although he's not super fast either. Sanders could be pretty good on that little bubble screen. And some other players that were pointed out was people said that Bradham's playing above his rating, so you could check that out. Or like Vance McDonald as a fast drag, streak, run blocking tight end. Let me know who else you guys see and like in the chat, and we can talk about them. But we did cover that on our last video. As far as the Madden Classic goes, we'll take a quick look at the bracket, what we saw yesterday, what we saw last night. We saw D. Jones against Spot Me Please. I don't think anybody expected no offensive touchdowns in that game, but it was defense from Spot Me Please. The biggest play of the game, in my opinion, was Spot Me Please went to cover 0, spinner. A lot of people call that nickel mid blitz. It's a similar basic thing. Spot Me Please, what he said, I pass committed on that play, and that makes the safety break a little bit faster, so he broke on the out. And I was like, spot me, it was a zig. And he's like, it was a zig? And I was like, it was a zig. And then Boogs was like, well, zigs are pretty good in the right situation, but his safety just made a play. And that was the play of the day, 7-3, momentum on his side. His defense locked up. He did say, spot me, at dinner afterwards, he's like, man, D. Jones was tough. It was super tough. He had my gun bunch tight end, defended really, really well with some good adjustments. But being able to roll it with the quarterback really helped him at least keep the game close early, even though those fumbles happened. He was kind of, when he fumbled, when he jumped over the pile, he's like, yeah, it can happen. It's like, I probably could have got the inches without it, but I went for it, and unfortunately, I laid down the ball. So he fought through it. Great game to everybody that played at the Classic. Some things to take away from the Classic just as a whole. I like True Boy's game a lot. I liked his defense. What I'll say is both Spot Me and Boogs, who advanced, they added something new to their game this year. They added run game, just a little bit more touch of the run, and then they both added big-time defense. And they both played a similar style like Dollar defense and did a really good job mixing it in. This overtime game between D. Jones and Problem, I would give it my game of the tournament. I don't know what you guys think is the game of the tournament, but to me that was the game of the tournament. That put D. Jones officially on the map for me as far as like his ability to fight back. Like, I thought once he maybe got down, he might not be able to fight back, but he fought back hard. That touchdown before the half was big time tough. And for Problem 2, his defense showed it still at a championship level, and I fully expect him back for salary cap. Duke, a quick note on him. His gun bunch, he really wanted a playbook that had the halfback base or the off tackle as the quick audible in his gun bunch. His playbook didn't have that, and he feels like he could have taken it down if he had that. He was also sick on the last day, but I mean, it was 24-21. He just didn't close it out. And S. Dello was super tough. Similar to D. Jones, like, he just kept winning and kept battling, and it wasn't always pretty, but you stack together 3-4 wins, and it's like, wow, this guy is for real. So everybody had the right to stake their claim. It was good, man. It was really good. This was in Draft Champions. The next one is in Salary Cap Ranked. So I'm excited to see people start qualifying. In our last This Week in Madden, we did a breakdown of how we stack our team together. So if you guys are trying to get on those leaderboards and climb it, there's some tips. We'll also be hitting up guys like Master Gamer. Everybody's going to be starting to play salary cap. The smart players will qualify through salary cap rather than Draft Champions, in my opinion, only because then they'll be more prepared for group stage and single elimination. Like, since the tournament Madden Bowl is on salary cap, you probably want to qualify in salary cap unless you think you can get in Draft Champions and then have enough time in the week or two gap to get more salary cap reps in. But you want to be playing with the team that you're potentially going to use. We were using a bronze halfback. We did upgrade to Ricky Williams. We downgraded our line big time. We snuck Randy Moss in, and then we had Ed McCaffrey out there. So this is salary cap, and we're going to lock into a game right now. We'll get one game in for you guys, and if you have any more specific questions about the Classic, I'm going to start talking about it as I play this game. So you should follow us on twitch.tv/Madden Tips. We're going to talk more about the Classic. We're going to talk more about MUT player ratings. We're going to talk more about salary cap as we lock into a game. And remember, MUT Seasons is live. The rewards in that are pretty good, I hear. Saw some special items coming out, it looked like. Over the weekend, I missed a little bit of it. But we're going to grind MUT Seasons on Xbox, and we're going to play Draft Champs on PS4 a little bit every now and then. So that's all I got for you as far as this goes. But like I said, leave any questions. We're going to lock in. And thanks for checking out this video to get an update. All right.